All right. I don't have any injuries for you guys are coming in now. Had a chance to go back through the tape and evaluate it. Like I mentioned to the team, there's some good things in there that uh, that are going to help us. We're getting better in some spots, but we've got to clean up some things with the penalties and drops, and so offensively, and then obviously the scores early on the defensive side. We've got to take care of that. So we're not playing from behind there. So, but some of that also was turnovers on the offensive side, and that added up to it. So with that, I know what I said about the officials yesterday, or insinuated about the officials. Listen, there are no excuses on this thing. That's not what I'm saying. And I've always had a good working relationship with these guys, and that's the important part. So they know when they tell me something with a guy that I'm gonna go address the guy like right now and make sure that it gets changed. When you're talking about inches, those type of things, and those happen in the game. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, so this isn't an excuse or a blame on the officials for blowing the game. That's not what it is, but it's that working relationship. That part is so important in this thing. And so, because you see it on both sides, whether it's a defensive end lining up in the neutral zone at times, or that just you give the head coach a heads up, and then in our case, we tell them, and then if they get called, listen, that's you were warned, and so that's how it's worked over the years. That's what I was really trying to get across. And I take a lot of pride in taking what the officials give me and going to our players and telling them, like immediately telling them and giving them that and telling them that, hey, listen, they're giving you a warning. If you don't do it, that's on your plate. And that's the important part that I was trying to get across, but probably not very well after the game. So anyways, with that, we've got to do better, just all the way around. And that's what we're striving for. But at the same time, we're getting better, and it's so close. It's crazy. So, and I think the guys, they understand what we've got to get done. So with that, time's yours.
Go first to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Brett, I have a quick thing just after this, but Coach, it did seem like you had some positive signs. That final sequence aside, 340 plus yards on the ground. What specifically offensively from this game do you feel like maybe you broke through in a sense and could build on as you go here?
Yeah, listen, Pete, I thought we had a good blend of things going. That's what I thought. Of the run, the screen, the quick screens, the pass. We were presenting a lot out there for a defense to have to defend, and we were doing that with accuracy for the most part. Listen, there are a couple that we've got to work on. That's you come out of every game like that, but we had a lot of yards, and that was a positive thing. And I thought the guys came out with the right intent. They were playing their tail off, aggressive, hard football, both sides of the ball, and on special teams. So we've got to clean up some of these self-destructive things, and whether it's the penalties, whether it's the drops, whether it's the turnovers, we got to clean that up, and we'll be okay. And we have to be consistent with that.
And then just the housekeeping category, what are your expectations for Justin Ross and his reintegration potentially this week?
Yeah, we'll just see kind of where he's at. Let's physically, and it's hard to be gone that long and just kind of jump right back in. So we'll just have to see where he's at.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Andy. Regardless of whether that penalty on Kadarius Toney should have been called or not, I think you'd probably agree after looking at it, he was offside. So what's your coaching message to him today or Wednesday, whenever you see him next? And Brad will have a second question as well.
Yeah. So listen, normally he looks over to the sideline and just gets an okay. And on that one, he just happened not to. So that would be the coaching point. Just make sure you check. Make sure you check with the guy on the side just to see if you're aligned. I mean, he's not lining up offsides on purpose. And listen, he was 2 inches away from or an inch from being legal. And so I mean, you can always, like I said, you can argue both sides of it. It's for both teams. There are things that happen where people just it happens like that. So I guess the league's trying to clean that up from what I heard by one of the broadcasters last night. So I don't, whatever.
Okay. And that's not the first mistake he's made, obviously, that's been a big point in a game that's really cost you guys this year. Are you anywhere close to maybe getting to a point with him where maybe you feel like he needs a little more development, a little more coaching before he gets more playing time? Are you anywhere near that point at all with him?
Well, the thing I know, Adam, is he makes plays. He makes plays when he has the ball in his hand, and that's the important part. He's a young guy. I mean, he's not coming to us with a ton of experience. So, but I think he's getting better every week. This is one of those things, Adam, that but I don't see that as being a negative. I look at the things that he produced on too. So
Go next to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Andy, just wanted to follow up on something you just said as far as you heard on the broadcast that this was something they're emphasizing. Have you heard in any other avenues that this was going to be a point of emphasis at all?
Well, I guess maybe they mentioned it to us probably somewhere. If this was one of the officials saying it on the broadcast, so it was I'm sure that they probably mentioned it somewhere.
But it's not something that you've gone over with your team because it's been some. I know you guys get stuff in training camp that
the officials come to give us everything. So that's everything's been covered, Sam.
Let's go next to Seren Petro. Go ahead, Seren.
Coach, Pat obviously was quite upset on the sideline and was having to be held back. And I know he's frustrated. I know everybody on your organization's frustrated about the call, but how much of that do you think this is the third game where really a receivers, whether it's a drop or at the end of the game or a penalty or a collection of drops, has really ended up maybe costing you a win? How much of that do you think is frustration, maybe with the fact that you guys haven't got over that hump and maybe some guys have let him down? Do you see any of that creeping into why he was so frustrated in that game?
Yeah, I think what he said was pretty accurate. And this, Seren, but we put so much time and effort into it, and both physical and mental effort, and for it to come down to something like that, that ends up being the frustration. It's not what happened before or that. But you just kind of what you've heard before, and you put that in the memory bank on again how things are normally handled. So when something changes like that in that type of a situation against two great really good football teams playing each other, and you're down to a minute and a half or a minute 50 seconds, all of a sudden you're right there and have a big play. I mean, I think anybody would say that's a little bit frustrating. You just spent a whole week in preparation for an hour game. You just put hours into this thing for it to come down to that inch. Well, do we need to line up right? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. I mean, we've got to take care of that and not put it in the officials' hands. With that part, we have to do. So, but the frustration comes in with the other part that, you spend so much time doing that thing. So, but I don't see it as a thing that's happened in the past and this or that. But I mean, it's happened the last couple of weeks, but it's one of those things. So I don't think that's where the frustration was at that time, though.
We got three more. We'll go right down the line, starting with Todd Palmer. Go ahead, Todd.
Andy, I kind of piggybacking off what Sarin had to say. This isn't a locker room that's dealt with a lot of losses, right? I mean, and you're sitting here, if you lost 4 of 6, you guys are used to closing the season strong, right? So, what is the sense of the locker room and how together the guys are? And do you feel like you got 4 more games that you guys can kind of find your stride with looking toward the playoffs still?
Yeah, look, it's week to week in the league. I think our players understand that. I mean, they're together. If that's what you're asking, they know what they need to do, and we've just got to get it done. We know we're playing a good opponent this week. We talked about that after the game, and so they know that they've got to be focused in and ready to go. But in this league, it's a matter of getting those things straightened out. And when you do, and you're in a good position health wise, you get up and you go. And so that's how I think they're thinking.
Last two, we'll go Nate and then Vahe. Go ahead, Nate.
Andy, you've been a coach that's been known for really emphasizing details and being detail oriented. I have 2 questions for you, Coach. Just how surprising or concerning is it that it's 14 weeks into the season and minor details are the reason you guys have struggled at times? And what do you feel like you need to re-emphasize to get guys to be better with the attention to detail necessary to win close games?
Yeah, well, we got to take care of that business there of the penalties and the detailed things. And so it's not it's getting done 90% of the time, but you got to keep it right the whole time at this level. And so that's what we're working on. And I get paid to teach, so that's what I'm gonna continue to teach. The players are gonna continue to work, and then we got to get ourselves ready to go up and play, in New England.
We'll go last to Vahe. Go ahead, Vahe.
Hey, Andy. Obviously, you've got a history of great relationships with officials, and you respect the game the way you do. It was unusual for you last night to do that. Did you feel you needed to send a message to the team by speaking out like that, or was there something important you needed to get across, or was it just the emotion of the moment?
No, I was just speaking what I thought was the truth. And my intention was, I've been doing this a long time. I think I've got a good relationship with the officials, and I had no communication. That's all. I mean, that's really where I was coming from. I was disappointed in that part. And so, I know, again, how much time and effort goes into it. I know how much I've got to sit in front of the media. I know how much our players have to sit in front of the media and answer these questions. And we try to make it the right way, try to do it the right way. So, that's all that's where I was with it. And, I was just speaking what I thought was the truth.